What's up, guys? Ron Harris here, and we have another post-Olympia Pro Show coming up this weekend. This time it's going to be happening in Poland. Poland doesn't have the star power that these past couple ones have had, but there are still some really good competitors going in. So I want to run down some of the top names looking for that 2026 Mr. Olympia qualification. First and foremost, my favorite to win this, even though he did not place at this year's Olympia, he has been top 6 before, and 2 years ago, he was top 5 at the Arnold and the Arnold UK. Talk about Akim Williams. Akim, when he is on, he is deadly. At the Olympia, tough times sometimes, but this is not the Olympia. This is not the Arnold. This is a show with a easier lineup. He has a history of qualifying at these post-Olympia shows. I don't see a huge problem with him winning. We do have some other guys who I think could push him in. One other guy I think has a very good chance of possibly beating him. We'll get to in a second. But Akim Williams, very, very strong competitor, big guy, tons of muscle, really great shape. Side poses are almost unbeatable. His back shots are his only real weakness. He does have high lats. Doesn't have the greatest back development compared to some guys. However, the rest of his physique is pretty phenomenal. And his back isn't awful. It just never quite developed to the point of those tremendous legs, pecs, arms. You know, certain shots of his front double, his front lat, his side chest, his side tricep, just knockout shots. He is a big guy who gets in a great condition, very consistent in the past couple of years. Who do I think has the best chance of beating him, possibly getting this? Let me bring up his IG. Talking about the youngster, the 28-year-old from Spain, Joan Pradells. So let's take a look at him. Share screen. He stunned this past weekend. He was 5th at the Prague show, and he was 3rd at the British Grand Prix. Yeah, so that British Grand Prix was that was the first I'd really heard of him, and I was very impressed. But this Prague show, I still thought he could have beaten Keon Pearson. I was so impressed with this young guy. Just everything you'd want. Mass, shape, structure, condition. That frontal bicep of his is a knockout shot there. Look at that. That is tremendous. So you guys are saying so far? Hey, Ron, very good evening. I'm trying. Hold on. Abhijit Nanda, Polish Power. Yeah, that was Ivan Putski, the pro wrestler. Poland show will have stream. I don't know. I will put up the website for the show is ifbbpro.com.pl. So that is the official website. I haven't looked to see if there's a stream. I won't be getting that particular stream. I got some things going on this weekend, so I'm not going to check it out. Akim should win this on paper. Yeah, Zionic. But this guy here, Joan Pradells from Spain, he's the one guy I think could upset the apple cart. I mean, he just beat in Prague. Let's see. He lost only 2. Martin Fitzwater, Samson Dauda, Michael Krizonik, and Keon Pearson. And during the judging, I really thought he had Keon. I really thought he was 4th place after the judging. What's up, Zionic? Hello, Donald Pump. Samson's not doing it. I suspect Samson might show up in Romania the following weekend. Maybe. I guess he still hasn't made the announcement, but he could take on Andrew Jack. And I know he wants to beat Andrew and show everyone he is still the better bodybuilder than Andrew Jack. Of course, that will remain to be seen. Go to some other stuff with this guy. I am so impressed with this kid. I said during my coverage of the Prague show, he's going to be winning shows very soon. And I think it could be as soon as this coming weekend. Oh, that's an old shot when he was a kid. Yeah, these are shots from this kid playing growing up in Escazales for picture. So these were like years past when he got a picture with Martin, John. There he is with Samson a few years ago. And now he's obviously on their level. There he is with Keon. That looks like, I'm not really sure what gym that is. I think that was in Yeah, there he is in the pose down, or the posing at the Prague show. Here's with Krizo. Yeah, there's a really good shot of him with Samson. I'll go back to the, look at that. That was cool, really cool. There's a live stream. There is a live stream. It's €20, 20 US dollars. Oh, so the euro and the US dollar are the same right now. It's not bad, $20. This guy definitely going to upset the apple cart. Joan, BCIPB Pro Poland YouTube channel might have the stream. That's good. Free is always best. I love free. I got my Exorcist shirt on again. Oh boy. When will Christian Wolski make his return? Yeah, I know. He's really good. He's Polish as well, right? All right. Well, that is Joan Pradells. I am super impressed with him. There he is with Martin at the show backstage. It's a shot. I mean, he's young. He's a diamond in the rough. Joan, there he is with Samson. They're going to hit a couple shots together. So here he is with a Mr. Olympia champ and a 212 Olympia champ crashing the party. You can see the enthusiasm this young guy has for the sport. He's just getting started. He's just getting warmed up. There he is getting his trophy. There he is with the rest of the top 5 from the Prague show. Joan Pradells, Martin. Yeah, but let's look at someone else. Another guy I think has the potential to win this would be Edward Kargbo. So he was 3rd at the Europa Pro Germany show behind Urs and Quinten. These are not the greatest. These shots are off on the side. And, I didn't see a lot of, it's not even him. I didn't see a lot of video footage of him, like when they were doing the individual video coverage of various guys. But look at that. He is a very, very formidable competitor. I know that's just a gym shot, but you can see the fullness, the roundness of those muscles there. Here's with all the supplements. Got the whey protein on his shoulder. Try to find some competitive, some contest stuff. Now, here we go. Here's some stage shots of Ali. Very complete physique, a big, big dude. You can see that. Massive delts. Quad sweep is incredible. Big fan of that guy. Besides Mr. Olympia and Arnold Classic, hell yeah. Mr. Arnold will always be most excited for Halloween. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I'm more excited for Halloween than any of those things. Sorry to say. I was a horror fan long, 18 years before I knew about bodybuilding. Put it that way. Everyone's criticism about Joan Akim on their backs a week, so this will be interesting. Yeah, I mean, that was the case with at the German show, the Europa Pro in Germany. Urs and Quinten were the top 2, and neither one of them has great back development. So it came down to other factors, obviously. He's a unit. We're talking about Edward Kargbo. When does this show in Poland start? It's both days. If you go to that website, that has all the information. I'm getting that protein. I want that look. Ali's definitely a guy who could win. Absolutely. Also favorite. Old and new horror flick. Actually, Friday, I think I'm going to go off script and do a whole live show about asking what your favorite scary movie is. Because, what the heck. I think Ali will win. He definitely could win. Akim could win. Joan Pradells could win. There's actually a couple more guys. Where Sergey Danilev was doing this show. He's a huge monster. You like horrors? What's your favorite horror? It's right there. The Exorcist, dude. I mean, to me, that's like the only horror movie. I've seen it about 100, 120 times. Spanish Presti Joe reminds me of Mike Francois from the 90s. I agree, Kalyan. So, Edward, really, really good. We can't do horror movie watch-alongs. I get YouTube. YouTube is really strict with copyright infringement. Like I did a whole video called "The Exorcist Messed Me Up," and I had a bunch of clips from The Exorcist in it, and I got demonetized like immediately. I'm surprised they didn't shut the whole video down, but they just demonetized it, meaning I didn't make any money off it. Do you like scary movies? So, but we'll do that. That's Friday. Let's stick to Poland Pro. My grandfather did come from Warsaw, so I do have some Polish ancestry. Another guy from Spain I want to check out is Pablo. So Pablo, I have him here. Pablo Lopez. think his full name is Martinez, or is that the other guy? No, Pablo Lopez Munoz. Joan Pradells, I thought his last name was Martinez. So Pablo is really good as well. Here he was at the British Pro. Where did he place at the British Pro? Pablo was fourth place. Solid competitor. Also looks like a young guy. Pablo is, look at that. Cross-strations on the tries. I like to see that. And this show, the lighting was not great. So these shots aren't even as good as they probably could be. I bet if we look at more shots from other shows. Oh, what's this? I don't know what contest this was. Was this an old? No. I'm not sure what show this was, but Pablo Lopez Munoz. Oh, that was British Grand Prix, right? Because there he is with Krizo, who won. Joan Pradells. Here's Pablo, and there's Sasan Haradi, who was second. He was runner-up. So, yeah, he was in that mix with the British Grand Prix. He was top four. Yeah, I can't read my own damn writing. He's very good. He's very good. Next up, for you Deutschlanders there, we got to get to Roman Fritz. Hugely popular guy. Only 117,000 followers. I bet his YouTube has way more than that. I know he's very, very popular. Germany's Roman Fritz. This guy competes and is always in shape. Oh, it's not a posing video. They always trick me by putting the posing in the thumbnail. So this is the most recent update from a couple weeks ago. Great proportions on this guy. Nice deep muscle separations on Roman. He's had both hips replaced, if memory serves me correctly. What little memory I do have. Day one, let's go 259. He said off-season day. But he keeps competing. So apparently Roman Fritz is not in an off-season. What was that? I don't know when this was. Translation. Unser Storba. I don't know what that means. Your mom's flip-flop. Help me out. You're my authority on German stuff here, dude. Actually, this is based on true case. It was actually Maryland. Just outside of Washington. Was it no, what's that little, not Maryland. It was in that area, you're right. The boy was possessed, not girl. Hocus Pocus. Yeah, a very scary movie. It's a website, couldn't find the athletes list. The athletes list is on, I'm gonna amend this. Yeah, guys, so I'm gonna edit this. If you ever want to see the list for shows, it's usually out every Monday evening before any given contest. They will have competitor lists on this one. Oh, what happened there? Well, I didn't update. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so ifbb.com. No, I'm sorry. It's IFBB Pro. ifbbpro.com. My bad. Let me fix that because I think that takes you to the elite, IFBB Elites, which we would not have that information. So the competitor list for all the shows, schedules for everything for the whole year, those are always on ifbbpro.com. ifbbpro.com. You can always find the list for the shows. Let's see, to get around it, you would probably have a stream on Discord. Yeah, apparently everyone goes on Discord or Twitch, or I don't even know what these things are. Discord, Twitch. I'm old. My son knows. So here he was, Roman, posing at this was the Europa Pro in Germany. He's hugely popular in Germany. Clearly he speaks German. I think his YouTube channel is very, very popular. All the German-speaking YouTube channels for bodybuilding, the views are enormous because apparently the Germans are pretty hardcore bodybuilding fans. Okay, my favorite horror movie was Nick. I know you're of East European heritage, Irish descent. No, not everyone's from Ireland. So my dad's side was purely Wales and England. My father's side. My mother's side was Eastern European. My grandmother on that side came from Ukraine, which was part of the Soviet Union back then. Actually, she left right before the revolution, a few years before the revolution. So it was just Russia. And my grandfather, her husband, was from Poland. They actually met in the USA sometime around like 1920 or something, 1915. Anyway, who's winning? I think Akim. His head looks huge. He does have a big head. You can see angle. Pablo has been in the game for 12 years already. His wife from his beautiful back has always been a problem. That's such a cliche. There's so many guys where the back is like the one weak point. Roman's off season as everyone's prep. Yeah. Paste link in chat. Link to okay. IFBB Pro. I don't even know if that'll work, but I'll try. So that's where you get all the contest links, the links there to the different websites for the promoters, the competitor lists. Yeah, Roman's on the list. Yep, your mom's flip-flop. Roman is competing. He can just jump into any show because he's always ripped. So I'd say after US, probably maybe Brazil. It's definitely Germany when it comes to bodybuilding, which is pretty nice. What about Iran? Iran's got a pretty big following. So Roman's always in shape. I've seen him. I've only seen him compete once or twice, but he was shredded. That was 8 weeks ago. Pretty much all the updates look the same because he's always ripped. He's always in shape. That's his off season. He looks like this, and then I think he can get ready for a show in 2 or 3 weeks if he wants because he's so lean. He stays so lean all the time, Roman. Should I try to read that German? Should I mess with it? No. Und eigentlich ist mein dem Gewicht, was ich benutze, mehr oder weniger, so früh wie möglich. I'm murdering your language, Germans. Murdering it. There he is getting stretched. So Roman, that's Ronnie. That's not Roman. This is Roman's progress, I guess, over the years he's showing us. That's him when he was a little boy, a little whippersnapper, as we used to say. Yeah, so Roman looks great. Another guy. We got some more guys in this. All the way from Italy. Please welcome. Where is he? Oh, we got two really good guys from Italy. Let's start with Roberto Buonomo. I'll give him a follow. So Roberto Buonomo was in the Tsunami France Pro show where he took third. So he did very well. There are some good shots. Those are both him. Solid competitor, very thick. Look at those pecs, those quads. Great conditioning. I mean, you don't take third place in any pro show without being pretty good. There are shows with stronger and weaker lineups, but you still don't. This is 9 hours ago. What's he doing there? Morning check-in while fasting. The race is really close. I'm focused and will do my best to bring my best condition ever. Check mattutino a digiorno. I can't read. I can read Spanish. I can't read Italian. But Roberto Buonomo looks really good. Oh, here he was from the Tsunami show. Let's take a look. Solid front double bi. Great quad separation there. Yeah. I don't see him winning this, but I could definitely see him in the top 5. I mean, he was third in France. France wasn't. Did Urs win that one too? Urs won the German show. Did he win is that what he won? Tsunami? France? Oh boy. Who won Tsunami? 2025 Tsunami France Pro bodybuilding results. Stay signed out. Oh, Sergey Danilov won that. Okay. Quint was second, and Roberto, this guy, was third. So yeah, that was Sergey Danilov. Sergey Danilov won that one. And Roberto Buonomo here, he was third place. Good look. I have to stop saying fantastic. I've been saying fantastic way too much lately. Everyone doesn't look fantastic. But Roberto Buonomo looks really, really good. I always like seeing thick pecs because there are weak backs and there's a lot of weak chests out there. I see a lot of guys who just have these massive shoulders and arms, and the chest is kind of thin in comparison. Another guy from Italy. Where is he? We're talking about Andrea Presti. Andrea Presti. So I don't think I don't want to say he was overlooked at these shows. This was the Italy Pro, I think we're looking at right here. But I've seen some shows where I didn't understand why he didn't place better than he did. Presti. He's very good. Let's get back to you guys before I get too far behind. We never had an Olympia. We have so many legends. German. Yeah, Germany's given us a lot of great competitors over the years, I think. Ron Harris Muscle, that's me. Akim should trim his beard. It blocks his upper body. Yeah, I think beards are fine if you keep them nice and short. I don't know why anybody would have a thick, bushy beard. I'll put him up for a second after. To be honest, I don't think Iran is what people make it out to be. I don't want to speak poorly of Iran. I mean, their bodybuilding fan base is pretty hardcore. It's a cliche thinking every Boston native is of Irish descent. There's a lot of Italians in Boston. There's a lot of Irish. But over the past couple decades, it's become more. Oh gosh, a lot of other places. We got a lot of Haitians. We got a lot of Cape Verdeans, Brazilians, ton of Brazil. A lot of South and Central Americans in Boston now. What's up, Blue Ring of Fire? Your German actually isn't that bad as you think it is. I understand a bit of what you're saying. Yeah, it's one thing I never took. There's a few languages I kind of wish I could speak, but I'm just too lazy to learn. He's saying Selena all the time. We're probably talking to Dan about Roman Fritz there. No, I suspect that's just his metabolism. I don't think he intentionally, someone can correct me, but I don't think he intentionally stays that lean all the time. It's probably, I have known people that were just super lean. This was 8 hours ago, Presti. So you can see he's in shape. His butt is shredded. Were there more pictures there? Yeah. Just a black and white version. Showing the wheels. So the legs have kind of been the knock on Andrea Presti, that they don't match his upper body. From the side, they look great. And from the front, the only reason they don't look that great is because he's so wide across the back and the shoulders. Oh, look at that conditioning, though. That was yesterday. Wow. He looks great. Yeah, Presti's definitely, he better get top 5 in this. See, the quads, if you didn't see how thick and wide that upper body was, those quads wouldn't look bad. But when you compare them to that upper body, they're just not quite there. But look at that conditioning. Look at that. He's got really good back development, Presti. Above comment, I mean Roman. Yeah, I knew you meant Roman because he's the only one I know that stays shredded like that all the time. I guess there's a couple of people look short. Presti's not short. Presti's got to be about 5'11" or 6 foot. I hear most of these pros, to be honest. I tell you, I probably know every pair for it. I only there's 10 or 12 other guys on this list I'm not even going to mention because I don't know anything about them. And I could be very surprised at how good they are when the time comes. I mean, I've been surprised a few times this year where people I didn't even have any knowledge of, didn't know that they were good. And then I saw them at the show. I'm like, wow, I really should have had this guy in my preview. He's really good. Bodybuilders from Spain are doing great these days in pro shows to recent years, predominantly soccer and few Olympic sports. They've had a lot of good guys in 212 and in classic and in men's physique. Now they're starting to get more open bodybuilders than they did in the past, which is really cool. Who else we want to show? Let's show the best guy, the highest ranked Polish competitor competing. It's in Poland, so there are some Polish pros. Where did I put him? Damian Kufel. Oh, I thought I had him here. Damian Kufel. Where are you, Damian? Okay. Yeah, I hope he has an Instagram. Damian Patrick? No. We want Damian Kufel. Kufel? Here we go. Damian Cyan Kufel, which is, so here he was the 2023 Olympia when he was competing in classic. So he's moved up from classic physique to open. There he is with some guy named Bumstead you probably have heard of. This was a while ago. I think that's when he got his pro card. Oh no, classic physique pro, first place. He won a show a couple of years ago, it looks like. 124 weeks ago. Can't really read what show that was. Okay, so this was, let's get some translation going here. So that was his open debut. Yeah, that was Prague. Yeah, he did his open debut last weekend, just a few days ago, I should say. It's only Tuesday. So his open debut was 3 days ago in Prague, and he got 9th place out of 29. So that's really good. 9th place for your debut in the open category out of 29 guys. So that means he beat 20 guys. Conditioning on point. Great quads. Yeah, he looks really good. Saiyan Fitness Freak. Saiyan is from Dragon Ball Z. He doesn't even look old enough to be a Dragon Ball Z fan, but I'll give him credit. So many pros. Oh, I mean, sometimes I get chastised or talked down to for not knowing about this or that pro. There are so many pros now. When I was starting out in the sport, you literally could know every pro because there weren't that many of them. There were like maybe 70 to 80 pro men in the world, 50 to 70 pro women in the world, and they were all bodybuilders. There were no other divisions, so it wasn't that hard to know who everybody was. Now, good Lord, he won Germany and Italy. Who are we talking about there? Are we talking? Oh, is that Urs you're talking about? Yeah. What is Quentin doing now? He's been second tons of times. No. I assume he's just taking an off season. He's finally shutting it down and he's going to make some improvements. Hitting the like button. Grazie, grazie. You know, my wife was actually in Italy. She left on my birthday or the day before my birthday, missed my birthday. She was there with her 2 sisters and four other women, and they were there for 10 days. They went to Rome. They went to Milan and Naples, I think it was. So they were all over the place, but I definitely want to get back there. I agree with you as well. I think it would be smart for Samson to do Romania. It's a qualification. Well, Samson doesn't need to qualify. He's qualified for either life or 5 years by being Mr. Olympia. So that seems to be a matter of contention. We'll put Akim up one more time. What the heck? Because I do think Akim, he's my favorite to win this. My money is on him. Do you think using insulin for your weaker body parts? I wouldn't know. I mean, when I use insulin, I just got fat. Who that is, but with a name like that, he sounds like a bum. C-bum. Yeah. Title pro meant a lot. If someone's a pro, you knew them. I mean, I don't want to say that being a pro these days doesn't mean jack. But I mean, when you only had 70 or 80 pro men in the world and there was only one division, of course there was a lot more prestige. It's like, say there were only, I don't know, say there were only 5 Bugattis in the whole world. If you had a Bugatti, it would be like, wow, holy crap, there's only 5 of those in the world. But if there's 50,000 Bugattis in the world and they were $100,000 instead of $3 million or whatever they cost, it's not as big a deal to be something that's more plentiful, put it that way. That's all. When you worked at MD, did you cover the women's divisions also? Starline, not as well. I mean, we did cover them to a degree, but not much. We didn't, because the interest was mainly in men's open bodybuilding and classic physique. So we did devote most of our coverage in the magazine, on the website, everywhere to the men's divisions. What's good, Ryan? What's up? Prego. Does that mean you're welcome? The entire 90s, the lineups of the NPC Mercedes were so stacked. Oh, dude. I mean, like I said, I remember I wasn't at that 91 Nationals that Kevin Leverone won, the heavyweights and overall, because there were no supers back then. But just in Kevin's class alone, he beat guys that year like Flex Wheeler, Ronnie Coleman, Bob Chickerlow, Matt Mendenhall, Edgar Fletcher, Rory Liedelmeyer. It was Chris Cormier was in that class. That was just one class at one amateur show. With the online persona saying Akim's Olympia was the best package because this Arnold, in my opinion, was better. I still think the best Akim has ever looked was that time he took 6th place at the Olympia. Go to some of his updates. Akim. Most of his updates are just him posing in the gym. Oh, there's a good one. This was from, what show was this? Oh, that was the Olympia just a couple weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? 2.5 weeks ago at this point. Yeah, so this 2025 Olympia wasn't the best Akim I've ever seen, but still looks great in these shots. Again, yeah, the back shots, that's his weakest pose, his rear lat spread. He looks so much smaller in the rear lat spread compared to those side and front shots. Rear double's not awful, but that side chest of his, I agree, he should trim that beard. I'm not a fan of that beard. Oh, what's this? Oh, there we go. Love that front double bicep on Akim. Polish guy looks pretty good, yeah. Pass action, yeah, that messed up his back. Oh, yeah, Akim had I think you're talking about Akim. He had a car accident a few years back. It was like 3 years ago. Back was all messed up. Shoulder was all messed up. Enjoyed the live. Got to head out. Appreciate you watching, bro. It is 5 hours ahead, 6 hours ahead in Deutschland. And then we're having daylight savings time. We're falling back. So we're going to move the clocks back an hour. So then there's going to be another hour difference. So UK is 5 hours ahead of me now, where Giles is. It's going to be 6 hours. And the mainland of Europe, the rest of Europe, is going to be 7 hours ahead of me. Like when I talked to Dr. T over in Greece, he's going to be 7 hours ahead. Akim reminds me of Bertil Fox. Akim had a better set of wheels, both incredibly strong, though. Yeah, Bertil's chest to this day is probably one of the thickest set of pecs that's ever walked this earth. Akim is on stage from 2014. Yeah, he's been doing this a long time. He is a veteran. Can we another Giles and Milos live? I don't know. I don't know if Milos would ever do another show with me. I mean, he was very upset after that because I can't remember if it was the title of the video or the picture of him like screaming I used in the thumbnail. He didn't like it. He just didn't like the way he was portrayed, which, I gotta try to get some views, man. I got to. I mean, I don't do the clickbait stuff like Coach Greg Doucette. A week before the Olympia, he put out a video called "Mike Sommerfeld is out of the Olympia!" ! I think it got like 1 million views, and Mike was not out of the Olympia. It was total clickbait, but he made thousands of dollars off that one video. I've never made thousands of dollars, even in 1 month of doing like 20, 30 videos. So clickbait works. I don't really do it. He shouldn't be upset at you. He is though. You remember he was really upset at Xavier from Desktop. He's an emotional guy. He's passionate. I get it. I like Milos a lot. I would love to have him back on. I love how many times Giles told AJ to hang on during the live stream. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that very much. So refreshing after Muscle Discourse in the vid. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'll just briefly comment on that. The whole issue about Steve Weinberger taking a phone call at the judges' table. So if Jim Mannion or Tyler Mannion, which are really the only two people that are above Steve in this hierarchy of the IPB Pro League, Jim being the president of the IPB Pro League and Tyler being the vice president, if they wanted to make sure somebody won, I don't think they would wait until right before the announcement to call Steve and say, hey, change the scores. We want to make sure Martin wins. I mean, Martin, I don't think too many people were really complaining that Martin won. I thought Martin looked amazing. Best Martin Fitzwater we've ever seen. Samson looked better than he did at the Olympia, where I had Martin beating him anyway. But I thought Martin looked even better than he did at the Olympia. And to me, he was the rightful winner. I still could have seen Samson winning just on the sheer mass. He was a much bigger guy. The condition wasn't awful, but Martin he crushed it. He crushed it. So anyway, I don't think there was any politics or funny business going on there at all. Great job as always. Thank you, Jack of all trades. Appreciate it. Greg, you said is Rosie O'Donnell Biden. Doesn't look good being on the phone. Oh, absolutely. He shouldn't. I don't know if it was sometimes you have like family emergencies going on and you have to be available to people. I don't know who was calling him or I don't know what the circumstance was, but I agree. It's a bad look for the head judge to be on the phone at all at that time. It did look bad, but I don't think it was related to the contest at all. He says it wasn't. I know a lot of people would say, but yeah, I hope he's got to say that. I believe Olympia was a case of Martin did knock out Samson while Prague. He was undeniable. Yeah, not the first time. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go walk my dog. I walk my dog twice a day, every day. He's a big 80-pound pit bull. He needs a lot of exercise. So for the information on the show, there's plenty of information at ipbpro.com.pl. And of course, IFBBpro.com is where you can always get competitor lists, schedules, the results of different shows. The scorecards are on there. Tons and tons of info, IFBBpro.com. So that is it. Appreciate you guys watching very much. And I will see you the next time. Hey, got to remind you, next show is tomorrow night at 7. A Prague Pro breakdown, which I know it's kind of late to be doing that, but I have Jose Raymond, the Boston Mass, joining me on the Meathead podcast with Big Mike Cox. Jose Raymond has one of the best eyes in the sport as far as analyzing and breaking down physiques, why this guy beat that guy, what this athlete needs to do to improve. So getting his take on all that is going to be really cool. I appreciate him doing it for me. This is not me. This is not me on a fake account as commentator. I'd love to do a live stream with Giles. I would love to, man. I would love to. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Meathead podcast with special guest Jose Raymond. Check it out.